Hello and welcome, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to Dorkcast. It's a podcast version of all the other dork things you find on this dork themed YouTube channel. All right. That's the best description that I think I can do for this point. But anyway, thank you everyone who's here. Stubbs over here says hello, boys and girls and dorks of all ages. To the boys, to the girls, and to the dorks. That's what I identify as too. Dork. My mom is here. Hi, Mom. Thanks for being here. And make sure to say hi to my mom in the chat. And also, this is technically a podcast. So if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, thanks so much. And if you are one of the people on one of those and you're listening on like Spotify, let me know if your top Spotify podcasts, if Dorkcast is on there, because Spotify is doing the whole Spotify Wrapped thing nowadays. And if that's in there and anybody's, let me know. I wouldn't be surprised if no one is, but I was just thinking about that. Jay DeLuce, you are not late. I'm glad you were here. Very glad you're here. So there's some decent amount of, there's always toy news to talk about, but there's some fun stuff to talk about. Some stuff that's like right away, stuff that's you can go and pre-order right now, and then some stuff coming soon. But as far as just Sirdork kind of news, housekeeping, whatever you want to call it. Yesterday I posted a video about the big colossal T-Rex that I found on Black Friday. And I did a whole Black Friday toy hunt too. So that's also up on the channel too. If you're interested to see how, I don't know, Black Friday is in stores in upstate New York as far as action figures go. That was pretty good, actually. Actually pretty good. Mattis Collect says that Dorkcast was on his top Spotify thing. That's so cool. All right. Well, Mattis Collect, thank you. And the fact that you're here and on Spotify is crazy. So thanks. Thanks so much. Venom is on my lap right now, and he's trying to decide what he's gonna do. He doesn't know if he's gonna lay down, he's gonna sit down, he's gonna stand there, he's gonna jump up, and it's quite annoying. Venom, please just choose what you're doing, bro. Thank you. And so this weekend, as far as YouTube videos and stuff are concerned, I'll have a T13 video, which I'm trying to do more of those. Those cheap. Like, oh, I found this cheap, awesome figure on AliExpress for $1 kind of thing. And I really enjoy those. And the amount of viewership that usually comes with those is pretty crazy. So that's why I'm continuing to make them. Maro says, are there any Marvel Legends news? There is. So let's see. Is that about it I've got? Yeah, just about it. There's one other thing. So later on tonight at 9:00 Eastern time this evening, I'm going to be on another live stream with the guys from Go Figure Photo Features, and they're doing like a cool charity stream. I'm going to be on there for a little bit at 9 tonight. That's Eastern time. So if you want to check it out and maybe help donate to a good cause, help kids get some toys, I put the link to that live stream in the description of this video. Plus, I also made a post about it on the YouTube channel. It's all right there. And they're great guys, too. So you'll probably enjoy just the whole podcast and their channel in general. So definitely, tune in to that and make a donation. Lucian says, hey, are you going to talk about the Legends Lizard? I passed all others news just to wait for you to show it to us. What? I'm not going to think you're cheating on me if you look at other toy things. I look at other toy things myself. That's so funny. Okay, well, Lucian, I will do my best to cover just because you're not going to get it from anywhere else, apparently. So speaking of toy news, I guess we can just get into that. And also, the Domesticated Caveman, who's part of that live stream I'll be on, is here in the live chat as well. So if you have any other questions about how that's going to work, here he is. If you want to ask him, it's all going to be there. They've had some other great guests on there too, like 1/6 shooter Trevor Williams is going to be on there as well. So that's going to be really fun. Okay, getting started with the toy news. And so this first bit of news I've actually talked about already before, but it's officially up for pre-order. So this right here, if you're looking at this, you're like, what is this? Well, they're kind of almost disguising it. So this on screen, this is a new. I've never heard of this brand before. It's called Zoom Rig, and they're making this figure from Invincible. It's Omni Man, but they're actually calling it My Alien Dad. And so the if you look here, this is really what the figure is going to be like. So he's going to have this really couple fantastic looking heads. Um, and it looks just like Omni Man. Wow, it honestly it looks like a Mayfix Omni Man, kind of, right? But they're also Mattis has already pre-ordered it. Phew. And they're kind of marketing it with this kind of face on it because I think they're trying to avoid any type of copyright or whatever because it's not officially licensed. At least not here in the US, it isn't. So, um, they're putting it out there. So if you want to pick this guy up, it's up on CalcusToy.com. And you know what? I think there's some better. I'm gonna pull that up. There's some better images on Calcus. I think. I'm on. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's on the. Hang on. Let me. You know what? I think it's on the Calcus Instagram. They really are doing a great job of like keeping it not like. Here we go. Keeping it away from being. I don't know, copywritten or struck by copyright, whatever. So they're really not putting the actual figure's face out there very much. This is here. Here we go. Here's some actual imagery of what the hey Appertoy, of what the figure's gonna look like. This is Omni Man. Like, look at that. I mean that shot right there. I'm trying to remember what he says on that scene at the end of the first season, but it looks incredible. It looks amazing. So when you see this figure, you are going to be getting these other heads here. You're still going to be getting those, and it's up there. It's on Calcus. It's on other ones like 5K Toys, and I think Toys Metaverse as well. But Calcus is a great site, so I trust them more than I trust others. So that's available. That's very exciting. I'm honestly like I'm pretty excited for that because I've always been like, why are we not getting good Invincible figures? You know, like we've got some. I know Jada Toys is doing them, but this seems even better. This seems like a more higher end kind of one. Max Carnage is saying something very relatable to most collectors. I'm gonna need another shelf because yeah, I don't know if that was supposed to be a Jaws reference, but earlier this week, the people at Four Horsemen Studios, the Mythic Legions people, they teased. They said it's time for a holiday present from the figure Obscura, and the figure Obscura is kind of like, come on, Venom, come on, choose what you're gonna do. How about you lay down? They teased at a new figure, and the figure Obscura is kind of like they're almost hitting up like mythical kinds of folklore characters, stuff like that. And so they officially revealed it, and it's this guy right here, which I was not expecting. It's the Mouse King. Surprise, the latest entry to the halls of the figure Obscura is one of our wildest creations yet. From the holiday classic, The Nutcracker, we give you the Mouse King. The Mouse King is a truly monstrous figure. He is the main antagonist in many versions of the Nutcracker, where he is sometimes depicted as a warrior rodent with a single head. Well, anyway, there he is. And it's a big rat guy, and the rat has 6 heads. Yep, 6 heads, and he's decked out in this beautiful, like, king gold and red, like, outfit, you know? And it's kind of crazy. So it looks like you can do quite a bit. So here's some more product images. It looks very cool. It's very, very unique. Very, very unique. So you can, remove all the crazy heads just to have one if you want. And he's kind of ripped. This Mouse King is kind of jacked. Or you can kind of just make it look like an anthropomorphized rat if you want, without all the special stuff going on. And so, like all Mythic Legions and stuff like that, it's going to be a high quality action figure. So it looks pretty cool. I'm not picking this up. I don't really have any interest in it, but it is pretty cool, and it's holiday inspired. Mom says it's cool. Really cool. Comic Dad says, I figured they would have done the Ghost of Christmas Present, right? Because they did Ghost of Christmas Past. Maybe they're saving that for next one. Oh, Stubb says it's 7 heads. There's a 7th one in there. Oh yeah, there is a 7th one in the back there. All right, 7 heads. You're really getting your money's worth in heads over here. David Stoker says it looks good, but a weird choice. Was hoping for another Christmas Carol character. Yeah, I agree. I'm not interested, but it's definitely a cool looking figure. But there, the Mythic Legions and Four Horsemen, the cult following behind those figures is so loyal and so like hard into this stuff that it's gonna sell out no matter what. They could put anything out and people are gonna get it. It's crazy. Like they have a whole con dedicated to them, and it is every convention is very, very stocked. So looking pretty good. So that's that, and that's up for pre-order as well. On their store, Horsemen, stuff like that. Coming up next in the toy news is we have one more seasonal figure, and this is Doc Nocturnal. This is a Mezco figure from their own IP, the Rumble Society, and this guy's kind of cool. So there's 2 figures here. There's the Doc Nocturnal and Krampus Wicked Winter box set. So there's 2 of these guys included. And it's kind of like a Santa skull assassin guy, and then a big looking Krampus / Sasquatch looking figure. So the skeleton guy here, he's very cool. He really is very cool. I almost wish, like, if this wasn't a skull, this is weird for me to say because I love skeletons. If this wasn't a skull and it was just like a kind of like chiseled, like short white beard, like handsome looking Santa, and it was just like a badass assassin Santa, I think that would be kind of cool. And it would be like, I don't know, like I think, remember, was it Target? Target had that like handsome Santa commercial where they had that handsome Santa. If it was him in this action figure body, that'd be pretty sweet, and I would be kind of into that. But the fact that it is a skull is kind of cool, but it's not like Santa anymore, which is fine. But anyway, you've got this. It comes with a ton of hands, some skulls, stuff like that, and then all this cool stuff. Of course, they've got the soft goods and everything. And wow, okay, that comes with a lot more stuff: guns and ropes and snowshoes and straps, and wow, so much stuff it comes with. That's very much a Mezco figure for you there. And here is the Krampus. So he does really just look like a big Sasquatch, but with a big devil kind of ram face with the big horns and stuff like that. So that's up for pre-order. It's not up for pre-order. It's just up for purchase. Mezco does that sometimes. You can go and just pick this guy up, apparently. So I'm getting this from Preternia, this post here, and they always have links there, but I'm sure you can get it on the Mezco store. And One Stop Toy Shop usually has those. So Oracle over here says, I was thinking about getting this 2-pack. I had the chance to get it, but I've already got the Doc Nocturnal and Yeti, so I skipped it. Oh, so Doc Nocturnal is already a thing, but okay, right. Okay, I've definitely seen the Doc Nocturnal, but it's not this is the holiday version. Right. So Mattis Collect says, they're not actually called snowshoes. They're called Trugers. It's a Norwegian winter thingy, probably called Truges in American. Well, that's cool to know. I'm glad I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you clarified. That's pretty cool. So there's another thing right there. And also, there's a lot of stuff all over the place here. So Predator Badlands, if you saw that movie that came out maybe a month ago, it was great. I don't know. It might have been the best Predator movie ever, in my opinion. I really, really liked it a lot. And so NECA is finally putting out the pre-order for the figure of Deck. This is Deck. And it's up on pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store. It's not on Entertainment Earth yet, which is weird. Toy says no spoilers. Don't worry. I will not spoil anything. The only thing I'll say is that it's good. Spoiler alert. It's good. And so the figure looks really good. I really liked the character a lot. He comes with a open mouth face. He comes with a sword and a bunch of cool stuff. A closed bow, an opened bow. All the stuff. Spear, claws, helmet, all kinds of stuff. And one of the things that I didn't notice until I actually saw some of the guys discussing in my Discord server, which if you're interested, you just have to join the membership, and there you go. It's the membership, which is right below on the YouTube channel. And they were talking about this guy, and Mile High Plastic Guy was like, the knees look real bad. And now I'm looking at the knees too, and I'm like, oh man, those do look pretty ugly. Like they're pulling me out a little bit. Like usually I'm not a big complainer about knees and elbows and joints that look bad. As long as they're functional, that's good. But they do look pretty rough. I don't think they're going to do anything to change them, and it won't really affect my whole enjoyment of the figure in general, but they do look a little just not good. They like when you bend them, they just look off. I don't know if you're looking at them, but that's a mild complaint, but I didn't really minor complaint, but I thought I'd mention it. It's still pretty cool. Silver Moon over here says, I'd say Predator Badlands is one of my favorite movies of the year. You know what? I came out of that movie feeling really good. Like I was thinking like, wow, what a good movie. Like I wasn't expecting to come out feeling like, wow, I feel I feel heartwarmed. Like the movie is somehow heartwarming. It's crazy. It's crazy. Apertoy says, the thing I noticed about the fig is the movement restriction because of the skirt. Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's soft goods for the skirt, right? Is it? No, it's not. Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of restriction. All these poses seem pretty straightforward. I guess we'll see. I mean, I think NECA is usually more known for the look and sculpt and paint of things over the movement and functionality. So I think they're going to nail that one, and we'll see what we'll see how it actually looks and feels in action. But it's up for pre-order. It says available to pre-order from your favorite NECA retailer, which is weird to me because why does Entertainment Earth not have it? I usually go with them. But anyway, he's looking good. He's looking real good. What do we got next? This one I almost passed, like just scrolled past. So this is Tamashii Nations is putting out a Samus figure, and it says Chogokin. I always call it Chogokin, and which means it's going to be die cast, which is really exciting. The Chogokin usually means die cast. So Chogokin Samus Aran, which means Metroid Prime 4 Beyond version. Scheduled release May 2026. Pre-orders open December 5th. So pre-orders are open. From the Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, the latest addition to the Metroid Prime series, comes our protagonist Samus Aran joining the Chogokin lineup. Her Varia suit, equipped with distinctive psychic abilities, is recreated with the hefty finish, die-cast parts, large-scale figure standing approximately 110 millimeters tall. How many inches is that? How many inches? 110 millimeters, 210 millimeters in inches. That is in inches. Oh, it's 8 inches tall. Okay. See, I was thinking this was just like SH Figure Arts, but it's not. I didn't even realize it was Chogokin until right now. So it's going to be pretty big, and it's $200. Pre-sold out in Hobby Genki and 2G. I'm not sure what that is. So pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. I'm curious. I pre-ordered the newest Figma, the newest Figma one, which I thought was pretty cool. Oh, Nin game. N2G. I like that Apertoy. Nin game. I'm not really super interested. I like this character. I haven't really played any of the newer games, even though I do want to play the newest one. But it looks really good. It looks very posable. The sculpt looks kind of freaking incredible. It looks beautiful. It looks like a beautiful action figure. Whether or not you're a fan of the character at all, honestly, this action figure is making me want to play the game. Like, look how cool this freaking figure looks. I don't know. Maybe I will look into getting this one. Anyway, that's good luck finding it. Maybe check some of the other retailers. Calcus might have it. They've been getting a lot of Tamashii Nation stuff, and it's crazy. Calcus is great because they're a good seller, but things don't like get sold out very quick on there. That's they're great. They're really great. So there she is. Samus is looking real good. All right, I have one last thing before I get into the Marvel Legends stuff. And this is, I mean, I'm excited for this. This is the most excited I've been for a Black Series in a little bit because it's a new Mando. Sorry. And maybe that means that nobody will be excited for it. Not as many people, at least, because we've gotten a lot of Mandos. That's totally fair. That's totally fair. So this is from In Pursuit of Toys. Apparently, this was at the CCXP official. This was a convention. What convention is this? I don't remember. But it's not okay. The convention is it's a Spanish convention. Sorry guys. But the last Mando figure that came out, the was it not the Mines of Mandalore, the Glavis Ringworld one, the Ringworm one, is so good. It's like the best Black Series figure ever, and this looks like it's kind of following that same sculpt, but it's the season 1 version of Mando, and it looks really good. Thank you, Stubbs. He says it's basically the Brazilian Comic-Con. Okay, so Spanish was the wrong. So sorry about that. And it looks very, very good. So Apertoy, thank you for that. Says, what makes this Mando different? Cloth cape? Well, I'm not exactly sure, but the big difference between the last Mando that came out, the newly updated one, it was a totally new sculpt. The whole figure is a brand new figure. The proportions are different, the articulation, and just the figure is from the ground up redone. And it does also have a cloth cape. So this looks like it's just like that, but it's the season 1 version. So all the brown armor, stuff like that, not the full Beskar suit. And that's pretty exciting. And it's funny because so I have the original one right here. The original release of the first Mando. I hate artificial background blur. And this is a very special figure to me because I was given this figure before it came out when I was in London at the Triple Force Friday event. And that's just like super, super cool. And so when I think of it, I'm like, oh, it's just like, ugh. And it makes me feel special. And Bob the Mushroom puts out a pretty reasonable thing in the live chat and says, why is my live chat not updating? Wow, is it really? Wow, I'm really behind. He says, how many Mando figures do we need? And it's a pretty fair question. It's a pretty freaking fair question. I don't know. Lucian says you should just turn off that background blur. I get lots of other good stuff to see in the background. Yeah, it becomes too much of a distraction back there, But anyway, they also did reveal the there we go. Finally, they also did reveal that there's some vintage collection news, and we've got the 2/12 clone trooper. This is the Utapowian Airborne trooper, which it's crazy to me how the Black Series has not done that yet. They've done so many figures with that helmet sculpt, but not just do one of these airborne troopers. Anyway, but that looks like we're getting a 2-pack for that in the vintage collection. So that's pretty exciting as well. But I'm not a vintage collection guy, so I'm not really going to be picking it up. And it is a Walmart exclusive, which sometimes those are a big pain in the butt. I mean, all exclusives are, but sometimes Walmart can be even worse. So there we go. Some Black Series news. I'm definitely going to be picking up this Mando. I don't know. Will I do it? Should I do a video on it? December 5th is the pre-order. Oh, that's today. Is he up for pre-order? Oh, do I? You know what? I have a better photo of this. Or do I? I thought I had a better photo of it. Here it is. Here it is. Here's a better photo of it. So we've got a very, the newer, regular kind of Black Series box. And man, he looks so good, doesn't he? Wow. This looks good. I'm picking it. I'm definitely picking this guy up. So that's up for pre-order. It's up at pre-order at Target. $17.49. Paternia is saying this figure is up for pre-order for $17 at Target. All right, maybe I should do that. Usually stuff like this, I'll wait to see if I can find on a toy hunt because I'm gonna want to buy that in store. But man, that's kind of wild. It must be some kind of sale still going on. Anyway, so the next bunch of stuff is at that same Comic-Con. There was a bunch of Marvel Legends stuff revealed, and that's some of the Spider-Man stuff I had on the thumbnail. There's some other stuff too, but the first thing here to talk about, which I'm going to go in order of which I'm excited about, from lowest to highest. So this is a red She-Hulk, which it makes sense, but you know what? I didn't know that there was a red She-Hulk, but it makes sense. And it looks like a fantastic figure. It looks really, really good. I like the red streak in her hair. I think that's kind of cool, and I didn't know that was a thing. So there she is. She looks good. I'm assuming she's probably going to be really tall, and she comes with size. Is she like Elektra as a Hulk? Like, did Elektra turn into a Hulk? And this is a legitimate question. I'm just not familiar enough with the comic book that she has originated from. I didn't know she was a thing. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, she looks good. Can somebody help who does know more about this kind of thing? Man, what is going on with the live chat is just not updating for me over here. I feel bad. I'm wanting to here we go. Stargazer says she's Betty Ross. Okay, so makes sense that that Betsy would be the red She-Hulk. I guess that makes a whole lot of sense. Cool. Anyway, the next bit of news, and this guy looks so cool. He looks so cool. This is the Amazon exclusive Marvel Legends Lizard. It's up, and so it's up for pre-order already as well. And this looks like a pretty darn good looking figure. Does this not? Hey Ben, welcome. Good to see you, dude. It's good to see you as always, man. So IBJT says that Lizard will be a buy when it drops. Totally. And Go Figure Go says animated series style. Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. From the 90s animated series, it looks like that style. And I think it looks good. So, like, that is a good looking figure. Like, that looks really freaking cool. I don't care if you're a Spider-Man fan or a fan of this character at all. It's just a cool looking lizard guy. You know, I like cool looking lizard guys a lot. Just as much as any other bloke, the next one. So this is cool. And this is an Amazon exclusive. So the other ones that I'm pulling up here, they're up on Entertainment Earth. And you can't use my discount until it's in stock. But it is up there. It is up there. And then here it is in box. Look, too. And actually comes with the two different heads. So the closed and open mouth are actually two different heads. Pretty cool. Hey, League of Extraordinary Sixers. Happy Friday to you as well. Appertoy says that Mando's out of stock at Target. Dang. Well, the fact that a Black Series figure is going out of stock is just a good sign. It's a good sign, especially for, I mean, not for anyone who's trying to get it, obviously, but it's a good sign that there's still enough juice behind the Mando property itself to, still sell out of things. So that's just a good sign. At least in my eyes. And Go Figure Go says, I wonder how that head pops off. Yeah, you're gonna have to disconnect it at the top of the neck there. Maybe it's a nice little ball joint that you pop out, Looks pretty good. So the figure looks beautiful, and I didn't really realize though. Apertoy is saying that Mando has an extra hand. I'm gonna pull that up. So I'm grabbing these images from Praeternia. He does have an extra hand, which is pretty rare for a Black Series figure. It looks like the hands are the ball joints now, by the way. What is it, a fist? Or maybe it's a vibro blade holding hand? Just kind of cool, I guess. I mean, he's got two holding hands. I like having fists, open hands, and holding hands. This looks like another holding hand. So gun hand and knife hand, yeah. Knife wielding. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's cool that they're doing that. The fact that a regular Black Series figure has extra hands, I think that's cool. So the last Marvel Legend is this. And what do you know? It's Spider-Man. Everybody loves Spider-Man. Honestly, I don't think there's any more powerful superhero IP than Spider-Man. Maybe Batman. It's probably Batman and Spider-Man are probably the most popular superhero IPs. It's just crazy. But I see it mostly with Spider-Man. As far as what I do on my channel, Spider-Man just like is going, always love for Spider-Man. Nadia in the live chat throwing out. She says, I like holding hands too. Same. Me too, babe. But I think the topic was a hand in which you can hold things with. But anyway, so this is the Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 2. Oh wait, is it? Okay, so it says this is specifically from Spider-Man No Way Home. A-list 2026 Amazing Spider-Man figure from Spider-Man No Way Home goes up for pre-order. Okay, now I'm confused because I was like, oh, this is Andrew Garfield from Amazing Spider-Man 2. But no, this is still going to be from Spider-Man No Way Home. Didn't they already put that out? So what's this one then? Is this just a better version? I mean, it looks great. The articulation it looks really, really good. But okay, now I'm a little confused. It does look different because it looks more of a brighter red and blue. I think it's the last. So John Wolf says, I think it's the last scene costume, but it looks like Andrew. Oh, wait, what? Like the last scene didn't Marvel Legends already put one of those out? Oh. Is it really? With the the metallic blue? Okay, now I'm really confused. Bob the Mushroom says it's like a remaster with colors. So it's another. It is Andrew Garfield, Spider-Man. The suit, yeah, suit is definitely Andrew Garfield. Suit is Andrew Garfield, but it is just a newer, updated paint. I really am actually like legitimately confused now. Okay, Lucian says they made the 3 a while ago, but the Amazing Spider-Man boxing looked different because of the license reasons. Right. Okay. Esteban says they did a 3-pack with Andrew and they did another one with a separate, but I wonder, are they still going to give him the Okay, I do remember that 3-pack. This is definitely Andrew Garfield for sure. I don't think it's the Tom Holland at the end. I think you can tell by the face and all of that. I came here ready to report the news, and now I'm ready to like be given the news. So I need some Spider-Man experts here. So from what I can gather from this is another Andrew Garfield from Spider-Man No Way Home, but it is an updated version with different paint colors. That's what I'm putting together here. Um, that's what Bob says. It's Andrew, but with the remastered colors for a comic vibe. Okay, it's the same mold as the older Marvel Legends Garfield figure. All right, that makes sense, and that's certainly what it looks like too. And that's another reason why I was thinking, like, man, this looks okay, cool. And they're calling it A-list. I like that. It's like a comic, or sorry, it's a movie suit with more comic kinds of colors. I remember Beast Kingdom doing stuff like that. Okay, that clears it up, and I understand now. So everyone in the chat, thank you. I appreciate that. And Mook's the great. Yes, I just talked about the lizard. It looks freaking awesome. So awesome. But that's not the last bit of Spider-Man. There's one more Spider-Man thing to talk about. And honestly, this is kind of exciting to me. So this right here. So if you're familiar with Mess Toys is very similar affiliated action figure. I'm calling it bootleg brand. That is similar to CT Toys, but what they have been doing have been putting out Spider-Man related figures, but kind of using a foundational sculpt from Amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech figures. And then they're taking those and they're kind of spinning them to their own thing with different paint and a little bit of changes to make their own Spider-Mans. And they're not licensed. And so I call them a boot because they're not licensed. None of this. Anyway, the word I'm going to use before someone says, no, it's third party. The word I'm just going to use is it's an unlicensed figure. And the black suit neighbor version that they did, which is essentially just a black suit Spider-Man, is freaking amazing. They've done some other ones too, like a Superior Spider-Man, which I did actually get and did arrive in the mail soon. Hey, Lil Burrito, thank you so much. You are awesome. I appreciate you so much. Sub says it's an undocumented figure. But they're just doing this very classic look. Oh, here it is. I thought I was sharing this on the screen, but this is what they're doing. It looks the same as their regular one, but it's a very classic looking blue and red Spider-Man figure, which looks amazing. It looks absolutely fantastic. And I really do. Go Figure Go says you can't drive a car unlicensed either. So there you go. If you are driving a car without a license, you are a bootleg driver. Silver Moon says that's not the Rivals style, is it? I don't know, to be honest. I couldn't even tell you yes or no, because I've never played that. But it looks really good, and this would get me more excited than anything else, just because it's a very classic looking thing. Maybe it is a Marvel Rivals kind of thing. It just says it says Mess Toys, Spider-Man Red and Blue. They're not even putting like, usually they use the word neighbor, like friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So it'll probably be like Red and Blue neighbor or something. So, and they're doing a Venom as well. So I'm pretty excited for it. Champ Animation says it looks like the Ultimate Spider-Man design. It definitely does. I mean, as far as the colors and stuff does, I mean, the build, it certainly doesn't, but it definitely does. So cool. I'm pretty excited about it. And yeah, they're doing invincible figures too. They're using the same kind of sculpt to make some invincible ones, says JKL. I don't know where those are. I don't know where those. So I'm part of like they have like a little mailing list where they send out to like creators and stuff for them to like talk about it. It's so funny how they do it. They're like, we'll send you a free figure if you talk about it, which is really awesome. I actually don't. I always buy them myself because they have a lot of rules that I don't really always feel like abiding by. I just want to make a video. So I just buy it myself. But they're like, we'll give you a picture so you get the opportunity to share it. I'm like, whoa, I get to advertise for free for you? That's good. Wow. Which is what I'm doing right now anyway. Anyway, doesn't matter. But it looks awesome, and I'm excited because I like what they do very, very much. But I don't know, and you'll be able to pre-order this on their official store on AliExpress, which they actually have two of them now. There's the Funly Toys is the name of their official store, and then they have another one that's like Outdoor World or something. But when I do the official video for this, I'll put down the rest of them. But if you're interested in this when it comes out, it'll be on an AliExpress Funly store, and that's pretty cool. Zypher Rift says, "Why don't you do more T13 videos?" Zypher, I was just talking about how I just did one. I just finished one and I'm posting it on Sunday. I was just saying that. You gotta have a little more faith, man. So Domesticated Caveman says, "It's like buying a Harley Davidson and then dressing in Harley gear from head to toe, like a moving billboard." Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm certainly one that's I'm very loyal to the brands that I like. I even like to wear shirts like for free. I mean, I'm a creature of loyalty. I just like I like there are brands that I like, and then I'll just stick with them. So that's it for toy news. That's everything we got. I don't know. What are you picking up? You planning on picking up any of those? Nutty Buckeye. So now questions. If you have any good questions, like for me, I'll do a Q&A later on in the video at the end of the stream. Hey, Venom. Can you see Venom is, I guess, being a part of the video now? Here, Venom, why don't you put your head up more so people can see you? Okay. Let's get into the top 10. So if you are a toy photographer and you are interested in having one of your photos be up on this live stream and on this podcast, and I'll talk about it, all you got to do is just post it on Instagram and use the hashtag Sirdork top 10. That's all you got to do. And then make sure you tag me in it as well, because there's a very big possibility that I could miss it, because Instagram, they don't really use hashtags the way they used to. It's not really a place where you can go to that category and just see everything categorized. It's just kind of like it's not really, I don't know, that's how they do it. But if you tag me in the photo, then it'll automatically be sent to me and into my tag photos, and that's where I'll end up checking to pull it up. And they also limit only 3 hashtags now, which is crazy. But to be honest, I think that's a good thing, because any more than that beforehand would in turn end up being useless for you. It sucks. Yeah, like if you put more hashtags than 3, it would actually, I think, do worse for you than better for you. So yeah, like let's say if you posted a picture of Batman and you're like, Batman, DC Comics, toy photography, creative artwork, this, it would just like send the photo in so many different ways, and it would just like dilute the like accurate categorization of your photo, and then Instagram would struggle on where to put it in front of audiences that are potentially interested in those categories. So just by doing 3, now it's good for you, because now you can categorize your post by the 3 things, like Batman, DC, superheroes. So now anyone who's interested in those, and their algorithm shows that they are, it'll be put in front of those people. So I think the 3 hashtags is good. Any more than that ends up doing worse for you, I think. If that makes sense. So honestly, go figure. Go just use Chat GPT for the top 3 hashtags. Yeah, you could just say Chat GPT. I'm posting a picture of a toy Batman. What are the top 3 hashtags I should use? There you go. Okay, so let's get to the first photo on the top 10. And so this one I saw and I was like, this is so good. So we've got Gamera. And this is from Jesse. You know what, Jesse? I never have known how to pronounce your last name. Jesse Fireisen. That's one big angry turtle. So we've got this absolutely beautiful picture of Gamera. This looks like an SH Monster Arts Gamera. And I think the use of the practical buildings he's got in this is just amazing. This is better use of the buildings than I have ever done. And he's got a lot of them, and they look really freaking good. And he's got a computer screen in the background there. Jesse knows what he's doing with his photos. And this looks like a picture of the sky that he took, So it's really, really well done. It's a very I don't know, like just eye-catching, like, wow, that looks so good. Great use of miniatures, you know. Hey, Ben says I'm picking up the new Pink Godzilla version. Yes, that's awesome. Pink Godzilla, Evolved Godzilla is one of my favorites for sure. But this is just really cool. Yeah, it's very well done with having different different levels of elevation, which I should do that, to be honest. I still like involving the ground when I do it, so maybe that's my vice there. But the different levels really makes it so you can have these like the buildings in the foreground and in the background like that. It's so good. It's just really freaking good. So Jesse, great job, man. Just so freaking cool. The next shot is from Ben. Action Photography is right here. Speaking of kaiju, um, and we've got Wonder Woman versus Godzilla, Monsterverse Goji with the blue spikes. I have not found this one in store yet. I was a little bit disappointed by the Superman one. I mean, how cool is it finding my two? Okay, I want to say my two favorite things, but two of my favorite things in one box together: Superman and Godzilla. But we've got Wonder Woman Godzilla, which is also cool. And this Godzilla's got the blue on him. It looks great. And so Ben has done this really cool shot: Wonder Woman versus Godzilla. Who's winning? I don't know. Godzilla looks charged up and ready to go. But all I know is that this photo is really well done. It even looks like Godzilla's jumping too. He's like jumping up too, isn't he? Hey, Jody Chili says hi, Sirdork. Hi. Thank you for being here. This looks so cool. So freaking cool. So great job. Great job, Ben. Action photography. Really, really. Oh, Ben said he's right here. He says, well, first he says, thank you very much. Thank you, Ben. He says, I found him at GameStop. I gotta keep checking GameStops. I'm not sure if I'll pick this one up, but I'm definitely looking forward to just looking at it in the store. Was that weird? All right. Coming up next is from the Alpha Raptor CZ. I saw this photo and I instantly just said, "Oh, this is great! It's so cute." We've got a T-Rex and a little baby T-Rex laying. So it's like either a mother and child or father child, parent child thing going on, and it's so cute. The baby T-Rex is laying down on top of the T-Rex's like head, and the T-Rex is also on the ground too. And it's so cute. And the thing that really does it is, so there's a little bit of editing done to change where the pupil is on the T-Rex, and it's looking up at the baby, and that's just so cute. Kaiju Nerd says this is really cute. Sub says, "Aw, heart." Yeah, so cute. And the green on screen says, "I love that they're looking at each other." So cool. Also, I just want to say as well that there's a couple of people have been when they're watching this, and they'll go and comment on these photos and say, "I'm here because I saw your photo on Dorkcast or whatever," which is really cool, by the way. I think that's really, really sweet. So thank you for doing that anytime you've done that. But first of all, I'm glad you're going over to there and supporting these photographers. I think it's really cool. So this is so adorable. Really great job. And this is from the Alpha Raptor _CZ. Really, really great job. We've got another raptor, another dino shot. And this is from Sis X. Sis, always killing it. And I don't know what figures these are. I think these are Schleich ones. Maybe, potentially, because these are pre-posed, They look so good, and I love the feeling of this one. They're all like a group of these raptors together, and it's kind of like an underneath, like a from below kind of angle, which is really cool and unique. It's just like it's an approach that I would never really think of to do. Teal Bro says in the live chat, "We are all dorks, lol." Heck yeah. Vicious Soldiers here and says, "Reminds me of Land Before Time." Yeah, totally. Yeah, so cool. And then we've got like a side shot too of a bunch of them, and it's really cool. The texture on these figures is really nice. I feel like I can see and feel the texture on it, and I like that. And this is okay. Half Moon Studios says they definitely smell burgers on the grill. It does look like they're smelling. They're like, you guys smell that? Yeah, that's it. Maybe they smell burgers on the grill. So cool. And my mom in the chat says a very good use of resources. Yeah, really. So Sis X, really great, really great job. This is such a great shot. Okay, this is from Backstreet Toys. This one got me. This was one that I was this might be one of my favorites in a while. And yeah, an easy way to get to my heart is just you doing Mando and Grogu, and that's what these are. So Mando and Grogu are over here in the desert, and there's looks like a custom bag, like satchel on Mando too. That looks cool. I don't know what that is. And he's holding a wanted poster because Mando is a bounty hunter. A wanted poster for an elf on the shelf. Sorry. The wanted poster has the elf on the shelf, and I think that's really cute. It's so funny and like it's very idiosyncratic of these two characters. They're goofy, fun kind of loving relationship. But adding the little seasonal crossover of the elf on the shelf and the wanted poster is so funny. It's clever. Go figure, go perfect. Thank you. Very, very clever. And yeah, and the photo itself is beautiful. Lighting is great. Ben over here saying he likes the lighting on Mando. And of course Grogu is looking cute as heck. So I think this is just it's really well done. It's very, very clever. Oh, look at Grogu over here. Backstreet Toys, awesome job. Like this is so cute. And this is a throwback from last Christmas. Well, it's a great one. It's really, really great. Backstreet Toys, great job. Really great job. Next is from MW Forrester. This is just a beautiful photo. We're going dark here with these shots. MW Forrester says time is almost out. And so this is actually kind of like a promo photo for the Odious Kickstarter from Unparalleled Universe I talked about last week. And this is just really good. We've got the Grim Reaper, and Odious is over here. He's on his knees and he's kind of like crying into the Grim Reaper's like chest. I don't know, like he's burying himself into him. And I'm almost thinking, so today, by the way, is the last day to back this Kickstarter. And so, I'll bring up the link too while we're at it. And the photo is really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. And I'm not sure if it's like, it says R.I.P. Odious. Okay. Now I'm thinking like, I'm not sure if this is for his own grave or what. So Odious has died, and he's the Grim Reaper has come to pick him up. So I'm gonna pull up the Kickstarter for the figure. So here it is. So it's almost to the goal. So the Kickstarter for these two Odious figures is a cowboy one and the army one. So the goal is 170,000 for the goal, and they're at 137,000, and there's only 21 hours to go. So if you're interested in these figures, now's the time to do it. And the guy behind these, Unparalleled Universe guy, I'm spacing on his actual name. He's a really great dude. I talked to him at Legions Con. He's really, really nice and clearly very passionate about. And there's a whole lot of really great stuff included in this backing. If you back this, so really, really great. If you just go to Unparalleled Universe Instagram, or just go to Kickstarter and search Odious, the cowboy and the soldier, any of that stuff. It's really quite awesome. So head over there and back this if you haven't yet. Getting back to the top 10, the next shot is from Yorgi's photo. Oh my god. Yorgi's he creates a whole nother kind of art for his toy photos. Man. So we've got Frank Castle. He's kind of walking in the rain, and there's a lamppost in the background, and the lamppost is just creating this incredible lighting. is incredible, and the rain is bouncing off. It really is like it's hard to even classify his photos as toy photography. It's like just toy art. So this is a bunch of collab stuff, but it really is an incredible image. Like, right, this is so cool. This would be such a cool thing to have blown up and hanging up in your wall. So this is Yorgi's photo. Absolutely beautiful. Just like incredible. The lighting is wild. Absolutely wild. Um, yeah, well, I don't even know what else to say. Incredible. And then one more, another one we got is from the Alpha Raptor. Oh, Alpha Raptor CZ. I had two of yours. That's crazy. So I'm gonna grab a second one, another one after this. But this next shot, I loved this. This is from the Kaiju Nerd, who's right here in the live chat. By the way, it says winter is coming, and we've got a giant kaiju snowman. It's like destroying this little town, destroying the trees and the cars and the buildings. It's so funny. This is just so freaking funny. Um, it's like, well, first of all, the idea is hilarious. The concept is fantastic. A giant snowman just wandering into the Christmas village, destroying things. So funny. And I don't know what you're using for the snowman, but it's really snowman kaiju. Brilliant idea, says Stubbs. It's so funny. And the way you use the cotton to, show the destruction of the snow and stuff. So funny. So this is to the Kaiju Nerd. That's what he used right there. This $3 little thing from who knows what. And that literally using Christmas Village buildings and these tiny little cars. It's so good. And then the final image is right here. And here he is. He says, "Yes, that's me. It's a $3 figure from Target." My mom is saying it's like Katamari. It's Katamari. It really is actually kind of Katamari, like all the cars are being rolled up into the snowball, and the buildings are from Dollar Tree. Really, I'm gonna have to hit up Dollar Tree for that. That's kind of cool. All right. And Nadia's over here. She likes the Katamari reference too. Anyway, Kaiju Nerd, really, really great. And then this next one is from Stubbs Toy Box. Stubbs, he's right. He's here. He's always here. You know him. You love him. And he says, alms the poor. Santa needs booze money. And you're gonna have to remind me which figure this is, because so we've got one of those Santas that usually is jingling the bell for like Salvation Army or something outside of the store. But it's like it's like the bad Santa version of Santa ringing the bell. Hey, Jaden, thanks for being here, man. That's so awesome. I appreciate you coming in. And this looks like a Fresh Monkey Fiction figure, but I don't remember them doing this one. But yeah, he's like, it looks like one of those Santas, but no, it's like a bad Santa one. He's ringing the bell, and it definitely makes me think of Billy Bob Thornton's character, yeah, in Bad Santa, and it's so funny. So Sub says it's the mall Santa from the Naughty or Nice line. Okay, yeah, so it is. That's the Fresh Monkey Fiction one, right? So cool. Yeah, they did a mall Santa one. That's pretty smart. That's like a pretty great figure idea, to be honest. But I don't know. This idea was so good. Like, of all of the Santa and Christmas related photos you could get, this was it. So great job, Subs. I'm finding one last photo, and so I'm grabbing the first one that actually is coming up for me, and it's actually someone who's here in the live chat. It's from Appertoy. This type of crossover is so funny, and he just says shrieking. And we've got Homer Simpson walking around, and he's in that like the spacesuit outfit that you can get, which makes this work so much better. And he's wandering through, and there's all these alien xenomorph eggs walking around, and one of them, the face hugger, is jumping out onto Homer, and he's looking right at it. It's so funny. And then yeah, there's gonna be a chest burst happening soon for poor homie, which is A little unfortunate, but pretty hilarious. Ben says Homer eating a donut. Well, I don't know. I think Homer will be all right though. But yeah, Apertoy, this is great. Really, really great job. So fantastic work from Apertoy. And that'll do it for the top 10. I think maybe towards the end of the month, I'll do a holiday themed one. So um, maybe not next month, but closer towards Christmas. And I'll only grab like Christmas related ones. Natalie, yes, I do remember you. Thanks for always being in here and you know, throwing stuff in the chat. So the next part of the podcast is the Q&A. But if you are a member of this YouTube channel, so I have a YouTube channel membership, it's $199 a month, and you get the Discord server, you get a bunch of perks, you get emojis, and one of the things is you get your questions answered first on the live chat or the live stream. And so to all the channel members, thank you as always so much. I'm so incredibly grateful that anyone's even interested in being a part of this silly little membership thingy that I have. And I've got some really great questions. So the first question is from Toys with Tank, and he says, "What festive figures do you own?" I've got a few. Let's see. Okay, so I've got two of those Fresh Monkey fiction ones we were just talking about, the ones that like Stubbs had in his photo. One of them is just the regular Santa. It's just a very classic looking Santa. And then I've got a Krampus version of that too, which is kind of like the same figure, but more of a Krampus face. I do have the Jada Toys Frosty the Snowman. It's actually right over here. And I got it last month, but I wanted to wait until closer to Christmas to do the video on it. So I'm going to be doing a video on that Frosty the Snowman. Not next week, probably the week after. I'll probably do that. And I do have the NECA, both of those NECA Krampus figures on pre-order, and I don't know what the heck is going on. And I've had that on pre-order for years, and I don't know what happened because the figure's not. I don't know if it didn't even come out. I don't know what happened. So, I think that's really it. I have some like Santa outfits that I've put on like stormtroopers and stuff. I think that's really it for my festive figures, at least for holiday ones. I've got some spooky Halloween like skeletons and stuff. And Apertoy says we need a Grinch figure, and we really do. Like I would prefer a Jim Carrey, but any like good quality Grinch, whether it be the animated one or the original or any of that stuff, crazy. Apertoy says the Krampus / Targus figure you showed earlier gives some hope for the Grinch. Yeah, I think we'll get one. The Grinch IP seems to only be getting more and more strong. Like you go to Walmart and they have a whole Grinch section. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. JM Wolf says, if you were starting now in this figure photography hobby, would you prioritize getting a good expensive camera, or would you settle with a lesser camera, use the budget for other things like figures, lighting, etc., and focus more on post-processing in Photoshop? That's a really good question. I think for me, my priority would definitely be getting a camera pretty soon. But, if you just had a phone and you had good lights and good figures and you had Photoshop, I think you could do great. I think I would rather have just a phone and have Photoshop lighting figures than vice versa, than having, a nice camera and then not having the other stuff. But yeah, I think I would prioritize having the other stuff and not a phone, because you could and just use a phone, because you could take a good photo with a phone and you could do a lot of stuff in Photoshop to really make it feel like that. Like there's a lot of lens type of post work you can do to make it look like you're using a special lens in Photoshop, and I use that sometimes. I use that on my thumbnails a lot. But anyway, that's a good question. I would go with phone and get camera later, but I would still want to get a camera. The Green on Screen says, hey man, hope your day is going good. Do you have a favorite genre of music? I'm listening to music all the time. I like a lot of country, hymns, rock, alternative, and grunge. Weird lineup, lol. I know. What about you? Um, the I have a pretty okay. So the main music that I listen to is like metalcore from like 2010s, like the bands that were popular in the metalcore genre and like from like 2010 to like 2015, like that. So like August Burns Red and The Devil Wears Prada and Born of Osiris are like those are like my favorite bands. Within the Ruins is another one I really like, and a lot of those bands don't really exist anymore. Well, actually, all the ones I just named do, but the genre has changed a little bit. So I listen to a lot of stuff from back then. But I also really like K-pop, and I also really like listening to like old 50s music. Like, you know how everyone does the Spotify rap thing? I have Apple Music for mine, and my top bands were uh, August Burns Red and Born of Osiris, and Within the Ruins. But then I also had Twice and ITZY on there, which are K-pop groups. So that's usually what I'm going for. But I mean, I like everything. There's definitely not a genre that I'm like, oh, I will never listen to that crap. I might not love it, but that's kind of it, I guess. Comic Dead says Atreyu is awesome. Okay, that's pretty deep pull. That's one I haven't heard in a very long time. You mean the dragon from Neverending Story, right? No, just kidding. Cool. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Green on Screen. That's a fun question. Theo DeHaan says, I have seen in your videos a specific lighting setup. Do you use a rule or something like that? Interesting. I don't really have much of a rule. I think like with if you're messing with lighting for like a really long time and you're just like I'm using it every single day at this point. My job is just messing with lighting. And I guess just have like an understanding of it that I just like this is what I want. I want it to feel like this, so I move it like this. And then that's so but usually I like to have lighting coming from behind the subject so I can get like a rim lighting kind of look. And then I don't like want to have it going downwards too much, like in the videos, because then the ground becomes really lit. So I like having it from behind, but still facing. It's a weird kind of thing, but no, I don't really have a specific rule except for it's good to have lighting coming from angles other than the front. So even with me right now, I have lighting that's a little bit more slight, like because I have a ring light here to my right, not right in front of me, because I feel like right in front of me is boring, but it's to the right a little bit, so it's a little bit more creative. I don't know. I just kind of like to have angles that are not just light straight at you, because that just seems boring. It's coming from the sides or from behind is usually what I'll do. Hopefully that helps. But pretty much the same thing I'm explaining now is the same thing I like kind of talk about in my lighting videos. You know, I just kind of have it coming from behind or like in an arch, like going all the way around. So you get rim lighting all the way around. Just experiment constantly and you'll get the hang of it. And you already do get the hang of it. Your lighting looks great in your stuff, man. And then he also says, what's your favorite crossover or a crossover you would like to do in the future? Well, I guess I would say that one of the newer types of genres that I've been really getting into is like monster and kaiju stuff. Like this whole Godzilla love of mine is very new. I've only really been in this Godzilla game for like a year now. So it's very exciting to me because it's all very new to me. So like there's a lot of good crossover potential there. You know, like you got Hello Venom. You got Pacific Rim and Godzilla, and you've got, you know, what if like the Megazord from Power Rangers was like fighting Godzilla or something? You know, like there's all of those things. That's kind of exciting to me. Excuse me. And you know, I think that's pretty cool. So, I guess that's a crossover that is kind of exciting to me. But one thing about toy photography that's great is there's just endless amount of whatever you want crossover. Jesus Maldonado in the live chat says, can you say happy birthday to my mom? It's her 49th birthday today, please. Happy birthday, Mrs. Maldonado. Happy birthday to Jesus's or Jesus's mom, however you say it. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hope it's a great day. Domesticated Caveman says, "Hey man, looking forward to tonight. Like I was talking about before, I'm going to be on a live stream with Domesticated Caveman tonight. It's a charity stream for raising money for kids for Christmas gifts, stuff like that." He says, "What's your favorite what's your favorite action figure?" I'm just kidding. I'll have some questions for you later. Just want to say hello. Oh, okay. Well, cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And if you want to tune into that live stream, it's going to be at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I have it linked in this video description. I also posted about it on the YouTube channel, the posts tab. Stubb says, "What are you asking Santa for this year?" As far as like action figures go, I don't think really anybody in my life will buy action figures for me, and I think that's probably a good idea because if something comes out, I just buy it and I pre-order it, and it's kind of hard to keep up with that, for anyone. So I'm glad nobody really worries about that. But I usually go for like consumables. I like candles and I like soaps and things that I'm going to use, and then I can never have too many of them because I'm just going to use them and need more. I think that's really easy and a great gift. So I've been excited about I put a bunch of like Dr. Squatch soap on one of my wish lists, and that's exciting to me. I like that. That sounds good. But I like candles. I've got a candle lit right now. It's a fresh like laundry scent. Love that. Comic Dad says, "I asked for Mezco's Art the Clown," and that's that's honestly, that looks like a really good looking figure, even though I haven't watched those movies. Totally. Domesticated Caveman knows what I'm talking about with Dr. Squatch. I did also buy new stockings for Venom and Toxin. They have a V and a T on them. And only the V came in today for Venom. Toxins hasn't yet. I think V is a far more uncommon letter for a first name than T, so that makes sense. And the Stoned Mandalorian Collector says, "Do you own any Pokemon cards? I know you're a big Pokemon guy. Hope you're doing well, man." I don't own any Pokemon cards anymore. Pokemon cards was a really big part of my life. And for any like OG people who have followed Sirdork will know, because on my old Instagram account, but before it got hacked, if you were to scroll all the way to the beginning, my Instagram was mostly, I would post Pokemon card polls and I would trade with people via Instagram. It was pretty cool. But in 2020, I spent the whole year and I sold my entire lifelong collection, and I used the money I made from selling my Pokemon cards to buy my house. And that's one of my biggest flexes ever, and it's pretty great. And I had a pretty incredible collection. I don't think I've only known one person that had a better collection than me of all of the years I was doing it. It's pretty good. RIP Pokemon cards, and I'm so glad to be out of it. Holy crap, I'm so glad to be done with that. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that very, very much. And this is much better. I mean, it was the down payment of the house. Okay, it wasn't the I didn't just do a cash transaction for the house. That would have been great though, right? All right. The rest of the Q&A, if you have any questions, throw them in the live chat and I will do my best to answer. I'll do my absolute bestest. I know, Stubbs, it was something I was very proud of. And it's funny because I sent 20 cards into PSA to be graded, and I didn't get all of those cards back, which were my most valuable ones. I didn't get those back until after I bought the house. So the most valuable ones were not even included in that first big batch of money I made from selling them. I think the biggest sale I had was the very first Poncho Pikachu promos that existed. They were Pikachu dressed up as Gyarados and Magikarp, those Poncho figures cards, and I graded them, and they were both 10s, and I sold them together for like almost $2,000 for the two. Crazy, I know. Crazy. I didn't keep any of them. Apertoy, I got rid of them all, and I'm glad to be out of it. H2 Ozaya says, "How do you make money outside of YouTube?" Well, YouTube and Sirdork is my full-time job. It's crazy, right? But the income I make from just YouTube videos is the major revenue that I have to pay my bills. But I do, every so often you'll get like an ad in one of my videos where like this video is sponsored by this, or I'll do it like a TikTok that clearly is different and someone is paying me to make it. And sometimes you'll see those, but I also do just toy photography too. So like uh I've been doing a lot of photography for Super 7. If you go on their Instagram, a lot of their photos on there are ones that I've took. And I've been doing Apertoy says he sells Pokemon cards. I just started some stuff with Bandai, so I'll be doing a bunch of photos for Bandai soon for stuff. So yes, every so often stuff like that. And I get a lot of paid videos too. Like I just finished a Blockies video. So I have like a year-long deal with Blockies where I make a video like every month and they pay me X amount of dollars to do the video. And it's pretty cool. It's really, really cool. So yeah, very, very, honestly, it's the best thing in the world. I get to do what I love for a living. It's crazy. Mattis Collect says, what's the most you've ever spent on a figure? I think the most I ever spent, I haven't gotten in the mail yet. I bought a life-size Pikachu on Sideshow, and it was $500. I think that's the most I've ever spent, and it's a business expense though. So yeah, it's coming soon. I can't wait. Waluigi says, not a question, but I got the Gamerverse Juggernaut because of your video. Oh, well, cool. I hope you love the figure. I think it's a pretty sweet figure. Amend says, what's your most anticipated figure of 2026 to review? Oh, what's coming out? I'm really excited for some of the new Pacific Rim stuff coming out. So the Infinity Studio, Gypsy Danger, and the Ling Jahun stuff. I'm very excited about that. I'm not sure if, I don't know. It's hard to remember what's coming out and what's not coming out, to be honest. But those are the first things that come to mind. I'm very excited for those. Vicious Soldier says, you said you had a brother. Did you ever swipe one of his Pokemon cards if he collected it? I have two older brothers, and they were both. There was a time when we were all into Pokemon for sure, into the cards, and I was so like when it was really popular. So let's say like 1999, I was only 6 years old. So I loved Pokemon, but I was still so young and not really able to. So no, I never stole anything from them, even though I remember them getting some good cards and be like, "Oh, I want that for me." Morrow says, are you planning on getting the Marvel Cosmic Invasion on Switch? I have no idea what that even is. I haven't even heard of that. Probably not. It sounds cool, whatever it is. Actually, it sounds really cool. But man, I have to be so selective with what video games I play nowadays. I just don't have as much time as I would like to play. Ben says, hey, Sirdork, did you know the last Airbender action figure? Yeah, Jazzwares is doing some. There's some really cool. There's an Aang and a Zuko out, which I don't know. Maybe I'll pick them up. I don't know. I've only recently been a fan of Avatar, The Last Airbender. Go figure, go. Throws a live chat. There was a super chat out there. Thank you so much, man. You're way too kind. It says, paid by viewers like you. PBS. And that too. And don't worry, go figure, Miguel. This means Venom will get extra treats. I appreciate it, man. Domesticated Caveman says wedding photography. I've never done wedding photography. I'm sure I would do okay on it, but I'm not really equipped for that. There's probably a lot of better skilled people out there than me for sure. I would be curious to try it though. Kaiju Nerd says, I'm trying to be more consistent with making YouTube videos. Any tips? As far as consistency, choose a consistency and stick to it. So figure out what consistency is realistic for you, whether that be one per week or even one per month. Choose that consistency and stick to it. So start with something easier, like one per month, and if that's doable, stick to it. And then if you think you can do more, do one every 2 weeks or something. Just like find a consistency and stick to it. That's what I would say for that. And like really stick to it. Work hard to make sure you can make it happen. But don't choose it if you don't think you can make it happen. Something that works for you. League of Extraordinary Sixers says, what platform did you use to sell the Pokemon cards? I used Mercari, which was pretty good. I enjoyed it very, very much. Even though, people buying are always going to, I would put a card up for $50. I'll sell it to you for 10. It's like, get out of here. Come on. Would you do 10? Would you bundle all of these $100 cards to one bundle of $50? Oh, get out of here. Jesus says, Sirdork, I love your Deadpool and Wolverine figure video. I watched it when it came out, and you got me into collecting. That's really cool. I'm so excited to hear that. Thank you so much, man. The Blockies video that I just filmed, I just sent it over to them for approval. It does have the new Deadpool and Wolverine Blockies in it, which is very exciting. Apertoy and everyone else who says congrats about like talking about, YouTube is my career. It's amazing. It really is. And I'm so incredibly fortunate and happy and excited about that. And Domesticated Caveman says, speaking of, smash the like button on this video right down there, totally free. Yes, please. Thank you. If you're enjoying it, please like it. Would mean a lot. And Gannon, I appreciate it, man. Mattis Collect says, not a question, but I just spent $800 on the HasLab Galactus. I can't be trusted with the money. Wow, that's a big one. That's like double than what it was when it was still the HasLab, when it was being backed. Well, I hope you love it. I'm sure you will, because it seems amazing. That's something I wish I got back then. I don't think I didn't even have the money back then. But you don't regret it. You'll love it. I'm sure you will. Hey Theo, greetings from Greece. Greetings from New York. Thanks for coming in, man. Good to see you as always. And saw your thanks for the question in the member thing too. Apertoy says, "Are you gonna let Lenny talk you into GI Joes on tonight's stream?" There's nothing that anybody's gonna talk me into it, but I do just naturally am getting more of an appreciation for them. But I don't think I'm gonna buy them. I'm really good at saying no to things I don't really want and only getting things I actually want. Just sometimes I'm like, I don't actually want this. I'm not gonna buy it. So eventually I think all collectors will get the power. I am lucky enough that I have the power to say, I don't want that. I don't need that. Natalie says, are you gonna get the Anime Heroes Luffy? Yeah, I am. Well, we'll see. You'll see. I can't talk too much about that. Automaton representative says, do you play Rivals? If so, who do you mainly play as? Or do you play Helldivers? I don't play either of those games. Actually, I don't really even. Oh yeah, Marvel Rivals is kind of like Overwatch, right? It's that kind of game. No, and to be honest, I'm not really interested. I think the character designs are cool, but I don't know, not really interested. I'm sure it's cool. I mean, obviously it is. People are loving it. Vicious Soldier says, wedding photography is so much work. I've talked to people that have done it, and running around chasing people and always trying to get the best shot, switching between cameras is way. Yeah, it's a real job. It's a real daunting thing to do, and that's one of the things I'm like. I don't want to be. That's a lot of responsibility. Taking pictures of someone's special day. It's a lot of responsibility and expectation to hold to help be held to. So yeah. I don't know. Let's see. Ben says, I have 131 subscribers on YouTube. Congrats, Ben. That's a lot of subscribers. That's so cool. Akai Jr., thank you for stomping on the like button. I appreciate that so much. Nakja says, did you see the Chogokin Samus? Yes, I talked about it on the episode today, and it looks pretty freaking cool. I'm very curious about it. Very, very curious. Hey, Zach Y, welcome, my friend. Noctis says Blocky's Nidoking. That would be cool. That would be the first like legit Nidoking action figure we've ever gotten, right? Like legit one. That sounds cool. Icy Lemon says, bring both the humongous dinos you did recently. You did the reviews on. Like, bring them up. They are not. They are upstairs. All that. And they wouldn't even fit on this camera. But if you do want to see them on a camera, I did a whole video all about it. Natalie says, so sorry, but do you play Roblox? I like how you lead with so sorry, as if it's a bad question. Well, it's not a bad question, but no, I don't. I do not. I'm 33 years old. Just so everyone knows. I don't know. Maybe I think maybe I look a lot younger. And you know what? That's not fair to say. There's probably plenty of people 33 years old and older that love Roblox, and that's great. And you know what? I probably would like it too if I played it. Theo says, "What camera do you use for making this live right now? Is it the same for your toy photography? It's awesome. Thanks. No, this is a webcam. This is permanently on the top of my computer. It's the Elgato face cam, and I have a special like NVIDIA software installed on the computer that makes this artificial background blur, and it looks good, right? Like it's not actual aperture; it's just like a blur. And that's why I like using it, but I don't like the artificial blur, because if I want to like show you something like this, it's like it'll blur it out, and that's just not good. But it's in my opinion, it's a lot easier than having a full DSLR up there. I did try that for a little bit and I didn't like it. The Green on Screen says, do any of y'all know about any Assassin's Creed figures? Just out of curiosity, I don't have the space. Yeah, NECA has some. And you know what? I pulled an Assassin's Creed figure out of that like NECA mystery box. And yeah, so they're probably discounted at this point. They're probably easy, just NECA Assassin's Creed. And they're very typical like white hood Assassin's Creed guy. I don't know anything about those games, so Automatron says, what's your favorite Marvel Legends figure? I don't know. It's a good question. I kind of like that recent Gamer vs. Wolverine. And I like the Maximum Spider-Man. I like the Maximums a lot, actually. I do plan on doing like a top 5 Marvel Legends video. I would like to do that. Mattis Click says, did you know there are action figures on Shein? And you know what? I've never looked on Shein. I'm not surprised, though. I'm assuming they're probably going to be pretty similar to what you'd find on like AliExpress or Wish and stuff, right? It's the same kind of thing, right? But that's kind of interesting. I'm curious about that. Go figure go says, question, you ever think about taking photos of animals up close with a wide fish lens? Like a fisheye lens? I mean, that sounds really fun. And I do enjoy taking pictures of animals. I guess I don't really have like the right equipment for like wild animals, but I do like taking pictures of cats, of my cats. But fisheye lenses are also very expensive. So I don't think I would get enough use out of one to actually purchase one. But it sounds cool. I would love to give it a try. Like I would love to just borrow one and mess with it. Jesus says, are you going to review the Marvel Legends Thunderbolts? No, I'm not. I wasn't planning on doing those. If they came out around when the movie came out, then I would probably do it. But nah, I'm not really that interested in owning those guys. I like the movie very much. H2O Zaya says, what kind of microphone do you use? For this, I'm using this is a Blue Yeti. How about now? Can you hear me? I think I fixed it. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Apertoy says muted. Okay, we're good. Thank you, guys. Well, there's that. But this is a Blue Yeti microphone. It's like $100 mic. It's pretty easy to use. It's $100 is relatively cheap. But for when I'm filming outside of this area, I have a Rode, like the one I usually have on my hat. It's a Rode Wireless ME. It's pretty great. I actually really like it. So there's that. I'm not super knowledgeable about microphones, but the ones I have, I'm happy with. Domesticated Caveman says, "Yeah, I just had to get a fan for the back of my mirrorless for streaming because it gets too hot." Yeah, that's another thing too. Like if you're using a DSLR, it's not really designed to be filming for this long. It's not. So I don't know. I feel like somebody is eventually gonna create like the webcam DSLR. Like somebody's got to make one of those, or maybe it exists already. But right now, I think this is pretty good. The face cam Elgato one. Let's see. Ben says, "I have a question for you, Sirdork. How do you find the buildings?" Ben, I feel like I sent you one, but if you go to Amazon and search for like 1/200 scale buildings, you'll be able to find them. Outland Models has them on Amazon. Outland Models. There's a lot of different places, but if you go to I made a couple videos about buildings, and they'll have links in them. Just if you go to YouTube and type in Sirdork buildings, there's two videos that'll come up, and both those videos have the links in there of where to get them. Michael Stop Motion says, "What's better, SH Figuarts or Mayfix?" Some are better for other things. I like the SH Figuarts Darth Vader better than a Mayfix, but I like the Mayfix Mandalorian better. So it just depends. They're both good for other reasons. Random question: can you do a backflip? I'm not as good as I used to be able to, but yes, I can still do one. I can still do a backflip. Theo Dahan says, "Also, I saw Blocky's Kurama from Naruto, and it's very good. Are you going to make a video?" I don't think I'm going to. I probably won't do any videos on any Naruto stuff ever. Well, that's not true. I actually did do one, but I'm not a huge Naruto fan, and like I don't do a lot of videos on anime in general. And there are some anime I like a lot, and I haven't even done videos on those. So yeah, I'm not. I don't think so. But they're probably pretty. Well, you know what? If Blocky says that they want me to make a video on it, I'll probably do it. So guess we'll see. Ender's Show says, "Sometimes you can find a mom and pop camera store. They rent out lenses." That's a good point. That's true. That would be fun. I would love to rent out some lenses just to see. Ben says, "What fireworks do you use for your action figures?" Usually the ones I use are called crackling balls, and I go to a fireworks store that is in like on the border of New York and Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has much looser laws on fireworks, so it's easy to buy them in Pennsylvania. So when you cross the border from some other state into Pennsylvania, you can find tons of fireworks stores because that's where people are crossing over to buy more. So you got to look and see what are available near you in Nevada, Ben. I have no idea what the laws are out there, but yeah, good luck. Yeah, I didn't even hit the mute button. I think I just by moving it, the cord came out a little bit, something like that. Masklex says, "Road isn't road, it's road with an O, which is Scandinavian letter." Okay, I didn't realize that too. I just thought that was like a fun, like edgy logo. They were trying to be like that. But I think Rode's pretty good. I do like my mic I have with them. AJX says, "What's your top 3 favorite action figure brands?" I don't know. It might be like Tamashi, Medicom, Hasbro, to be honest. If I'm talking about like broad range of just like things I like of theirs, probably Medicom is maybe not. I like Mayfix, but they're a lot more particular. I don't know. That's a good question. I might have to ponder on that. Daniel says, how much is it to be made doing toy photography starting out mid-level? Like, I might do you mean like how much is it to like start out like getting gear, or how much is it to like start out making money doing toy? How much is it? How much is to be made doing toy photography starting out mid-level? I mean, that's a really tough question. It does sound like you're asking how much do you make doing, like, how much can someone make doing toy photography? There, it's hard. I don't know. That's why my main source of income is doing YouTube, and toy photography jobs are my not as more secondary, I guess. I'm probably only going to be doing a few more questions. I'm falling behind. So, Go Figure Go says, question, what do you think of AI making 3D printable props super easy? Well, I don't really know anything about 3D printing, so I don't really know how AI is really incorporated. But no, I think AI incorporated into things is not terribly bad, especially when it's making tools for people to uh make things better and easier. There's been AI, artificial intelligence, and things for years, and it's only just now a hot topic. But the only time it's ever I'm like apprehensive about AI is when AI becomes competing with people making creative things. It's like, should I buy this thing created by AI or buy this thing created by a person? Then it becomes a little weird. It's like, well, that's, I don't know, weird. Hypertoy says, "What's for dinner tonight?" Turkey soup. My mom made some turkey soup from Thanksgiving stuff. Ender says, "It looks like the Under Oath logo on the camera." I think Under Oath was the one being edgy, with that O. But the O is pronounced like when you're saying it like, oh, so it's like rd. Oh, I thought it was just road. So road would actually be more like rd. Rd. I have a rd. I'm gonna have to see if that's how road or is intending it, or if they're just being like Under Oath. That's so interesting. All right. Last question is going to be Sigmund Mundo. What's your top 3 favorite figures of all time? That's such a hard question for you. Sigurd Mundo. That might not be have to be. That might not be the last question because that's such a hard thing. My top favorite figure ever is my SH Mafex Mandalorian 2.0 Chrome. Have other 2 ones? Well, I'm definitely gonna do a top 5 figures of the year soon, and that's gonna be my best thing. That's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard. Domesticated Caveman says, anyone know where to score some one tail scale cherry blossom trees? Yeah, if you go to Duarte Studios, he makes some of those. I don't know if he has them necessarily on sale right now, but he makes them, and they're incredible. They're beautiful. So yeah, Duarte, which is if you watch that video I made on the 112 scale porta potty, same guy who does that. So it's Duarte, D-U Art E, Duarte. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Stay tuned. I've got the T13 video coming up on Sunday. Thank you again. Have a wonderful night, and talk to you soon. Have a great, wonderful, safe